Hi everyone, just while I get the cards ready, it's probably worth me doing the intro. So, how many of you are actually also watching or following the Sebastian Rogers on my channel? If you are, that part 8 was supposed to be yesterday, but by the time it was uploaded and I needed to just put the time, it already passed 12 o'clock a.m. my time, so it was already the 25th, and so it automatically goes to the next day, and I didn't catch that. So this morning when I got up, I noticed, because there's a huge time difference between me and anyone who's in the US. So yeah, and there's some important points in the description box that you might want to see after the read, and there's some things that I want to go through in part 9 as well. It just seems like I have a lot to say or what I want to cover, and also, but there's important pointers in that, like why, I dare say if any of you are following psychics, anyone who's reading on it now, I dare say that they're going to say there's people involved, because, well, I have my own view on that. I kind of explained in part 8, so do watch that. But as much as that, I would like to change the narrative from my first reading and, you know, the suspicions, and it's always hard to pinpoint when it comes down to parental guardians. I find that really hard because I can't fathom how anyone can do that sort of stuff. And one thing I do want to cover in that is a little bit on the call. I've got a couple of questions about certain things as well, so I'll be doing that in some time frames and also location, because I know I was, as it was ending, I was in a bit more of a rush, because we already went on for like an hour and 5 minutes. Now the other thing is, I have, just very quickly before we start this read, I have gone to watch the majority of their first interview now, and I have big red flags. And what I would have liked to have done is have that interview up and then pause it while you're watching it, and while we I go through some of those red flags and see if you agree. Because I think there might be stuff that is not necessarily picked up on and spoken about. But let's get into this reading. Wham, bam, slammed, hit so hard with it. So in the Madeline Soto case, right, Stefan Stern, okay, disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please use your own fact-finding, your own discernment. Law enforcement is there to prove anyone guilty, and everyone is innocent until charged or proven guilty. And yes, I use tarot sometimes for divination. Whatever I do, all content is for entertainment purposes only. There's always a disclaimer on the videos and also in the description box just in case. So yesterday, the 24th, which is interesting, solar eclipse, a completion going into 25th, absolute completion from end of a chapter, and he gets wham bam, thank you man, with whatever came up. He was supposed to appear in court. Now it's not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not, say it with me, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not surprising, it's not rare, it's a word that's really annoying. So it's not rare, but that's not the word I'm looking for. That when suspects are probably guilty, and they really need time, or they're just delaying tactics, is that they won't appear in court. Sometimes if it's not like this, then the judge will say that they will give them another chance, so there's a delay of, like, I don't know, and some courts are really busy, it could be a month all right? So he didn't appear in court, and sometimes they don't appear in court because there's just no, which is similar to his case. And I think, what was that strange woman's name who also didn't appear in court? What was her name? So in the UK, Lucy Letby, but that's not the person I'm asking about. She did something really vile. I think they were high on meth or something, to her boyfriend. Dark black hair. It was just maybe 6 months ago. She had a little bit of a foreign surname, I think, or first name. Oh my God, it's gone from me. She also, they put her in a mask during her hearings and one time she attacked her state lawyer. Like, that case is off its head. I don't know much about it apart from that, and that she'd chopped her boyfriend up after sex, but she'd also had sex with him before she did that, but she'd killed him or something like that. It was a court sort of 10 minutes, and the reason it appeared on my YouTube is because I think it was just going mad in terms of her attending the hearing and then attacking her lawyer. So I don't know where they are on that. I think she's probably... So she didn't appear... Did she appear at her court hearing? She appeared at some of the hearings, but then the final thing, she didn't appear. And then there was a rescheduling. Anyway, in Stephen Stern's case, and hopefully I've added it at the beginning, but if not, I'm going to go through it anyway. We know that he was charged with 60 charges, and then also we still don't know the cause of Madeline Soto's death, but we do know obviously there was abuse there for a very long time. And I have done part 1 and part 2. As soon as I did part 1, there was one family member that just I knew had an inkling, was informed in maybe not such to what extent, but I believe, yeah, watch it, you'll know who I'm on about, as well as looking into whether the mother knew. So he didn't appear, and I think within a few hours, the court ruled, let's just read it. If you've not caught it, let's just read it. And so for me, it seems like he got his birthday present because, but all of you are thinking, what's she on about, birthday present? It's because his birthday is on the 25th of April. And there was a solar full moon eclipse, and that is in Scorpio. Do you know what that means, folks? The death and rebirth of chapters of your life. So the state of Florida has basically convicted him, or, you know, first degree murder, capital. In the name and by the authority of the state of Florida, the grand jurors of the county, I don't know how to say that O word, duly called, impaneled and sworn to inquire and true presentment, this is very small, that's why I can't, making for the body of county, whatever the word is, upon their oath to present that Stephen Michael Stearns on or in between the 25th day of February and the 27th day of February is said in said county and state did a violation of Florida state, some numbers there, for a premeditated design to effect the death of Madeline Soto, a human being, unlawfully kill Madeline Soto. And then it says a true bill, and there's the sign, obviously, of the big one. Authorized and required by the law, I have advised the grand jury returning this indictment. And then you've got 2 other signatures. And it basically says the defendant, Michael Stearns. It has the telephone and phone probably scribbled out. Kissimmee, Florida, in terms of address. The first part is male, white. Date of birth, 25th of April, 1986. 6'2", weight is 220 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, and, you know, some information of his that's sensitive is scribbled out. So now what it is, I believe he's going to, on the 29th, of, I believe on the 29th of, what do you call it? 29th of April, he's going to have to go to court to be presented with this. Obviously, during this time, they can decide whether they're going to try to defend it or what they're trying to do. But he's going to get his penalty on that day. So I don't know if it's a death penalty or what it'll be, but first-degree murder. And so what I was Googling is, you know, I know that some states still have the death penalty. And so in terms of that, apparently Florida do. So did Google tell me the truth there? And if so, it says that around 6 inmates are, I think they have electrical chair and what do you call the injection? Lethal injection. But it's only 6 a year they do, and there's 283 inmates awaiting. Now, imagine that. That's a bit concerning if anything happened and the jail was like, I don't know. The last one was, I believe, it said August 2023. So they do take their time, and I wonder why that is, if laws are going to change by then as well. But definitely, I feel like the court judge was like, this person has done this crime, very sick crimes, been an awful human being, really pissed off about it. And then he has the outrage not to even appear in front of me in court like a coward to answer to what he's done, which I could see why no one would appear in court for that. Because I mean, why would you want to face, how could you even face yourself for that? So you're going to disrespect me, that's it, you're having it. I mean, there's enough for me to show. But what I do think now is the question is, are they still investigating? And so would other people be coming as either knowing about it, helping in it? What do you think? And no, I'm not going to read, is he going to get the death penalty? But let's see on the 29th how things unfold. What I am going to do though is Jen has been very quiet. I mentioned in the last read what I presume may be the case. So let's just look at that energy for a moment. I'm getting a bit choky with this essence that's really smoking right now. That I've moved away, but it's... Let's try. Okay. So where's Jen Soto? Where's Jen Soto? How's she feeling? Again, I get a feeling from her that, I'm getting the word now, discombobulated. But I feel like a numbing, like, is still not absorbed the extent of everything that's happened. So, you know, that grief stage where you go into hysterics, she's not there yet. And something like, obviously, she's lost who she apparently loved, which was very toxic. I don't know, it's disgusting. Even that interview today, I was like looking up to see what was actually said in the court order. So it's the arraignment, indictment, that's on the 29th of April. That's the right word. Spirit's telling me to look at this. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, she's probably holding on. What is it about this? What does red shoes mean? I'm getting pulled to the red shoes. What is that? It'll come to me. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying now. Okay, let's go. So let's look at Jen. How's Jen energy, please? At the beginning of April, before this, at the beginning of April. Jen's energy at the beginning of April. Jen's energy at the beginning of April, please. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Hierophant. This, I don't know if it felt upright or, what do you call it, reverse, because it was on the floor, but I've put it in reverse. So, you know, here we've got the authorities. We've also got her really not able to work on getting past things or focusing on stuff. I think this is Madeline's energy. I think she was waiting on kind of like she wanted to seek shortcuts on this. She was burning out and she was feeling quite burnt out. Like do you know, I'm not meaning this in a compassionate way, but I'm trying to describe how she was feeling, whether she has a right to or not, whatever it is. She was just like, it's kind of like sporadic and just seeking shortcuts. I just want to know the end of it. I want to know where I'm going to be at the end of this. I want to know what the end of the trial is, etc. like that, around Madeline. Okay, now the Hierophant in reverse here, what this is quite, it's a 5, isn't it? It's the change that's going to come in. It's a 5, isn't it? So let's pull more cards, because here it tells me it's about, this is about the authorities. Okay, this is about the authorities. Maybe she was hoping that the authorities would not, the outcome will be for her and him in a different manner, not like the truth of the matter or what is expected of the authorities. This is at the beginning of April, yeah? At the beginning of April, please, right, at the beginning of April. So this one was the second one. And 10 of Pentacles, see the patience that was needed. 10 of Pentacles is really where the home life, she's not in balance around the home life. We can expect that. The Knight of Wands and the Devil. Was she older than him, or was he, I mean, was he younger than her or not? Yeah, with the Knight of Wands, I'm also getting like sporadic energy, negative kind of thoughts, behaviors, just obviously knowing that it's not a good energy. Basically, she's caught up in the not a good energy, and she's not feeling stable. And we got the 4 of Pentacles at the beginning, which was holding on. She's hoping from a dark scenario, dark case, there is some light that comes through. I can't say gets shed, because there's no light in such a case. Yeah, and a new beginning comes in. I wonder if she's turned to any sort of addiction or patterns. Oh, the fear where, is things going to come to light? Are things that are hidden coming to light? This would say yes, but there's also here a fear of that, fear of things coming to light. There's a fear, there's sleepless nights here. Is something going to come and bite me as well, or is it only one? Nine of Cups, this is really weird energy. A tower moment in what she is really hoping for. Yeah, so it's in the moment of waiting on things. She's really in an energy, look, Death card at the bottom. She's really in an energy of this is weird because to me there's no like grieving, and I said to you at the beginning, her energy doesn't feel like she's in grieving yet. I think she's still sort of not fully absorbed what on earth is going on. And here we've got obviously the Devil card, and we've got the Moon in reverse. Look at the bottom line. There's also, we've got quite a few major arcanas, and a lot of it is led by the authorities in terms of timelines. And that would make sense with that coming out of, as well. The Nine of Cups in reverse here is really about a blocking of a path, okay? And there's a tower moment, and that tower moment is probably the unaliving of what happened, seeing as that has come up. Otherwise, I would probably say it's a tower moment that's coming up, all right? Which has just happened, basically one of the tower moments. And we've got the Seven of Cups here. I won't be surprised if she's turning to like alcohol to cope or something around that. This one's energy is where I feel like her energy is kind of sporadic, sometimes not really. I think she's hoping to get out of this with a new chapter, and I don't necessarily mean a new chapter of other things, but basically get out of it, get out of it without any penalty, or without any prison time, etc. So that's her at the beginning of April. Let's look at her now that she knows the outcome. I wonder, by the way, if she visits him, but if she visits him, won't she be, that's really weird. I wonder if she calls him and visits him. But if she visits him, don't you think the press would catch her, or is the press not like that? It'd be difficult to catch the days she goes, but I'm sure somebody would love like that picture. Mind you, how far can they, how far can they catch her? I wonder if she visits him. Does he have visitation rights now, or is it only when he's fully under? I'm sure he has visitation rights now. That is just a question, isn't it? I think she's actually staying away until like her thing, but she might be calling him. I feel that that's more the case, more like undercover. So let's see, now that she must have heard of the outcome. How is she feeling? How is she feeling with regards to the outcome? So there we go. She's seen, there's a lot of fear, okay? That's the, again, I've got these cards at the bottom, but then the towers at the bottom with this, but I'm gonna not take these because in the last, we had the Seven of Cups and the Death card, but I just did shuffle and come back to it, but we're gonna keep going. So there's a fear of seeing things, not wanting to see things, face things at this moment in time, especially around the relationship they had. We can see that very much so, not wanting to know the outcome of this, because obviously we'll see if the love has come up for me to say deepening love, but the thing is, I don't know if she loved him as much as more or less a love that's not a love, if you understand what I mean, more of an attachment love. I think there was love there, what she thinks is love, but very toxic, obviously. That's what I mean. But there's here, it's showing us the breakthrough of communication that we've received. Look at these two cards that came out again, but this time the moon is upright. So her fears are taking over, really wondering how the next chapter is going to be. And I think she might be in touch with him. But there are a lot of fears, and there's things that are maybe kept in the secret, and we'll see in a moment, that she probably fears coming to light. How is she feeling about Stefan Stearns getting the, whatever, what do you call that? Getting first degree murder. We've got the same card, look there, same card. You know, this is about delays and really, you can't move past the timing of the universe. We've got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the King of Cups. How is she feeling? How is she feeling with regards to Stefan Stearns? How is she feeling getting the first degree? The Tower keeps wanting to pop up. Four of Wands. There's the holding on, the Knight of Wands. You can't make this up when it repeats the energy. She's trying to hold on, yet there's a sporadic behavior. I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if there's someone like a Sagittarius or someone in her life that could be supporting her. But I think she's trying to really hold on. Now, I don't know if Stefan, can someone tell me, was Stefan Stearns younger than her, please? I think she's just trying to hold on to the idea that her home life is solid, is not solid, is stable, but actually it's a tower, isn't it? It's Tower. And that Tower will come in when the final judgment call comes in, around Madeline Soto, around past events, you know, around also her child, you know, around Maddie. External and internal conflict that she might be having at this time. How's she feeling about first degree murder, Stefan Stearns? The announcement yesterday. Ace of Wands. Left out and cold. The Lovers is here. So yes, she does still love him. I don't think she's been, but I think she might have given him a call. And by the way, if his death penalty is, like, he might even be, I'm not saying I wish this on anyone, but in prison when you've made SA or any kind of thing to children, they tend to not carry that very well, okay? They don't really like that very well. I'm getting told to go to this deck. I just want to clarify those two cards before I say. I'm going to put this back because I'm going to... I wonder if there's some financial issues, although I don't know if he even worked and did more than just probably stay at home and try and, I don't know what he was doing. But I wonder if there's a lot of sort of stability and finances here in question. But she's very much feeling quite helpless. all right? And obviously the inability to move ahead with her life. She's probably also a lot of isolation at this moment in time. She's in that isolation, and I know this is going beyond, but how is she feeling connected to what came up? Very isolated. Maybe trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but not quite seeing it. And so, you know, not able to see any positivity, yet there seems to be a change here. And I wonder if someone, you know, I wonder if that outcome, although, you know, there is a toxic love between them, she has been told maybe by her lawyer that this gives her a great opportunity, obviously not to be the first line or first degree. And I think that is what we're being shown here. And I wonder if she's also been advised that right now you need to try to win at all costs, and not, you know, think of your relationship or Stefan or anything, because regardless, now is the time for us or for you to defend yourself. So maybe she's, do you know how you kind of like, you need to come in with the defense now, because there's a likelihood that you could, if there's no proof, you could skim past a very harsh penalty or skim past a penalty. I feel like, and now I've said that, my channel is clear, so I do believe that that has been advised to her. And that would put the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, where she would need to, obviously it's back to trying to be in that solid foundation. Okay. Let's just see. It's too early for me to think, is Stefan remorseful for what he's done? I feel like it's a bit too early, but it will be a future read. Her current feelings towards Stefan. Jen's current feelings towards Stefan. Five of Cups, loss. Death in reverse. Page of Cups. I think she's hoping for it not to be the end of the relationship. This is so weird. Holding on. We've got it again. There's something around these red shoes. I wonder if she's got a favourite pair of red shoes. I don't know what it is about the red shoes. Maybe it gets channeled to me. But what was I going to... Yeah, like she's not accepting the end of this relationship. She's holding on. She's got this sort of serenity of the relationship. The loss of it is not possible. There's a fear of that change and the clinging to the past. She's got that sentimental love kind of attachment to him. She's mourning the loss of him, which is what I was feeling at the beginning. It's not so much about the whole grief, it's mourning the loss. I feel like she doesn't really understand yet. Obviously, she's going to be in major grief and shock once she does that. Yes, she's lost someone she was very much attached to, and this is why this is very toxic, but she's lost her daughter. Star card. So what is her feelings towards Stefan? Here she's got a wish fulfillment. She's hoping for restored faith. Feelings towards Stefan right now. I wonder if she's tried to give him an apology if they've spoken. She's still very delusioned, confused, rose-tinted glasses, exactly what I was getting at the beginning. It's all coming through. Secrets are probably going to come out. She might be also having dreams that could be of what has happened around Madeline, but she could be having quite vivid dreams this moment in time. Yeah, look, I was going to say quite haunting dreams. And then we've got the Three of Wands. Again, I think she's hoping for things to remain. We're going to have to see on the 29th if he gets the death penalty, but I don't know by the time. 283 people, I think there's probably more, unless they keep it at that cap and make sure that they don't add more. But like, could that be that by the time he gets there, the death penalty changes? And when they get a death penalty, I think at some stage after like 20 years or something, there could be a change. Is that possible? But yeah, there's fears. She's not sure how to move. She's totally blocked, fearing what is next in her life. She's just so confused, so overwhelmed. Like I said, I won't be surprised if she's turned to alcohol to try and cope. And this could be in the evening. It doesn't have to be constantly all throughout the day and all in the evening. Getting told to look at the bottom of the deck, which is not the bottom of the deck. Why are they both like that? Okay, 10 of Pentacles again, and the 7 of Pentacles, patiently waiting on outcomes, patiently waiting to, there's a block of moving forward. So how does she feel about Stefan? I think she's still hoping to hold on. I won't be surprised if, and she's, you know, in this sort of illusionary serenity kind of thing. I won't be surprised if she's, like I said, tried to communicate with him, and possibly just sort of like emotional, I don't know why I'm getting apology or plea. And I don't know if he's taken her calls all the time either. I don't know what time we're on. In the next one, I'll do a couple more questions, which I've got today. I'm going to leave it there, and let's see what happens on the 29th. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Let me just remember what I want to ask, because then I won't forget for the next one. I'll write that down right away. Take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the upcoming read. Take care. Bye for now.